community, welcome back to another Athlete Spotlight. Today we've got Henry with us. He's a senior. He's played for SCVC in like the South Bay area of Southern California, and he's going to head to Princeton in the fall. So congratulations on that, and thank you for being here with us today to show us a little bit more about who you are.
Thanks for having me.
So let's dive in here right away. So what is one of your favorite volleyball memories?
One of my favorite volleyball memories probably would be playing Redondo Union last year during the, I think it was the quarterfinal. We had lost to them previously in the year, and this was a really big redemption match for us. And can't remember if we swept or if we won in 4, but it was just like, it was probably one of the best feelings to kind of have that redemption match to go into the semifinals.
That's always so awesome. Where do you go to high school?
Loyola.
Got it. So I'm a Manhattan Beach kid. I went to Miracosta. So beating Redondo Union is always a great accomplishment for either one of us. Okay, what inspired you to go to college across the country?
Well, I have an older brother that's currently at Princeton, so it was pretty easy to get out there and see the campus. And that's really kind of what made me fall in love with the school, was having that opportunity to go see the campus. And really the location wasn't like a huge factor. I would have gone anywhere if I really liked the school. So
that makes sense.
It just happens to be across the country.
Yeah. It's good though. It's good to get out of your own comfort zone and go experience something different in your life. It's awesome. Okay, what is your favorite like hype song or pregame song or something that you love to listen to before you start playing?
Some of my best memories from playing in high school is walking out to the Jackson 5. It's like that really kind of gets me going. I know a lot of teams like to listen to like the techno music and stuff like that. I feel like that something a little bit more calm is more for me when I'm getting ready to play. So.
Is that a tradition at Loyola that you walk out to like the same?
Yeah. Since I've been there, we've walked out to the Jackson 5. So.
That's funny. That's awesome. Okay, what do you miss most right now being in quarantine life?
Oh, it's definitely getting to play on the beach with my buddies. When they cut the nets down, that was a really bad day. And we actually had played the day previous to that. So I felt like we got all the way up to the brink, and then, so at least we got the maximum amount of play. But it's definitely being able to play duos and some 4s on the beach with my friends.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people don't know about the South Bay in general is the nets are supplied by the city. So as soon as quarantine hit, they legitimately cut them down. You couldn't do anything. And that's like such a big blow to all of us that grew up there. And I was home this last week and I saw people at 21st playing with no nets. Just like, it was really funny. Yeah. All right. Do you have any recruiting advice to give to younger athletes, specifically boys in the volleyball system? And it's kind of a tough road, and it's not necessarily the quote unquote biggest boys sport. So what are some of the recruiting tips you might be able to give to some younger kids?
Yeah. I was fortunate to have a very recruiting heavy dad. He was really into it. So my advice would be to reach out to those coaches. For some of the younger guys, obviously they can't respond, but they can still get those texts and emails and read them. What I would do is if I was going into a good playoff game or a good pool play match, I would send them a text like, I'm Henry Wedbush. I'm number 12 on SCVC. I play setter. I play at 1:00. If you can, please come watch me. And a lot of it, most of the time, those coaches would show up to watch me play those games. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I got recruited.
Yeah, be fearless. Send those emails. They can't find you on their own all the time. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's your dream career after volleyball is all done for you?
Well, honestly, I was hoping to continue playing volleyball after college. As a setter, you kind of have a longer shelf life than a hitter. So, but once I'm done with volleyball, I'm hoping to have an engineering degree from Princeton. So hopefully I can do something with that, something with aerospace engineering, preferably.
That's so cool. Okay, do you have a favorite volleyball athlete, either professional playing with our national team or a collegiate player that you watch and you look up to and they inspire you?
That's a tough question. It's got to be between St. John Smith and Micah Christensen. I've actually gotten to be coached by St. John Smith on the beach. He's gone 3 sons that went through Loyola, and I've known them all personally. So it's just fun to go back and watch somebody that play at such a high level. And then Micah Christensen, I got to watch him play at USC and then go through the USA route. And it's cool because they're 2 very different heroes, but they're both like elite level volleyball players.
Absolutely. Okay, what other sports did you play before you ended up deciding to stick and pursue volleyball?
I played soccer all the way up into my freshman year. I played on the Loyola freshman team. I played goalkeeper. I just did not like it at all. My dad really liked watching me play, so I stuck with it all the way until my freshman year. And then when I tried out my sophomore year, I pulled the coach aside and I said, please do not put me on this team. So that's where my career ended. My dad said, you'll get him next year. I was like, I don't really know if I want to try out next year. So
that's one way to do it. That's definitely beating the system.
I didn't have the heart to tell my dad who'd love to watch me play so much. So
makes sense. I understand that. Okay, what has being in quarantine taught you?
Oh, it's definitely taught me some self-reliance. I don't have somebody telling me that I have to go to the gym right now and work out, or I have practice in an hour. It's all up to me to do those things to stay in shape. That's definitely been one of the biggest lessons, and I'm still struggling with it. So
yeah, it's something I talk to my athletes about a lot, but it'll be really helpful for you moving into college when you don't have your parents all the time, or the coaches just tell you to do things and hope you do them instead of like on you every single second. So it's a good lesson to learn. Okay, if you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
I mean, if it were possible, I'd like to have dinner with my future self. That way you could tell me everything that happens. But if we're talking about like a historical person, I would have no idea.
I like that answer. Like future self is pretty cool. It'd be interesting to hear like what happened and
what advice that myself would give myself.
I like that answer. That's a good one. Okay, 2 more questions. What are you most excited for with college?
I'm excited to play at the next level, mostly. Princeton has a really good team, and Coach Schweisky has been doing a really good job with recruiting, so I'm super excited for that. But I'm also excited to be living on my own. I have a really big family, so it's a little tough to get any space around here. But so those 2 things are what I'm most excited for.
That's great. All right, last question. What is a random fact about you that doesn't relate to volleyball that maybe some people don't know?
I recently have gotten really into camping. Me and my buddies like to get out in the woods and just throw up a tent and then just sit in nature.
That's fun.
Much. Yeah.
What's your favorite place that you've camped so far?
It's probably Malibu Creek. That place has a really cool hike up to like a waterfall, and my buddies are really into like climbing and stuff like that. I'm not that kind of athletic where I can like climb up a vertical wall, but it's really fun to try. So
true. Very true. That's awesome. All right, Henry. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Sorry your senior season got cut short, but we wish you nothing but the most success when you move on to Princeton here in the fall. And yeah, thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great day.
You too.